Iran's attack on Israel has ramped up pressure on House Speaker Mike Johnson to pass a foreign aid bill, despite threats by his fellow Republicans that he might lose his job. Today, a bipartisan group of 91 House members sent a letter to Speaker Johnson to bring the aid bill for Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan, passed by the Senate, to a House vote. On Meet the Press, the House Intelligence Committee chairman, Mike Turner, said he thinks there is support for the bill, and he expects a vote could come this week. Take a listen.
I think it will have overwhelming support, both the Ukraine, Israel, and Asia packages, not just because of what's happened with Iran escalating the conflict in the Middle East, but because these are allies that need and deserve our support.
As you know, Donald Trump has been on the sidelines saying he doesn't want to see that aid go to Ukraine unless it's in the form of a loan. But just very quickly, do you expect it to get a vote this week, Congressman?
I do, and I expect it to pass.
Yesterday, Speaker Johnson said he would try to advance an aid bill for Israel this week, but he did not specify if it would also include Ukraine aid, which would anger some of the far-right members of the Republican caucus. NBC News' Ryan Nobles has the latest on Capitol Hill. So Speaker Johnson and House Republicans are reportedly meeting tonight to talk about the Iran attack. What is House Speaker Johnson's options right now as you think about the way forward?
Well, I think, Yamiche, it's pretty clear that Speaker Johnson is not going to get everything here. And so he's going to have to try and pick the path of least resistance in order to get through this impasse. And that means he's going to have to sacrifice something on the other side of it. And what I mean by that is it may be very difficult for him to put Ukraine aid on the floor, aid to Israel, aid to Taiwan, in a form and fashion that can pass quickly and also make it through the Senate without sacrificing the threat of a motion to vacate in his job as Speaker of the House. It seems as though he's trying to work through some middle ground here where he can put the aid bill on the floor and not face the wrath of those conservative Republicans who are very much opposed to any form of Ukraine funding. That's one of the reasons we haven't heard from Speaker Johnson. It seems clear that he's going through a long list of possible options to try and get through this particular quandary he finds himself in. But make no mistake, Yamiche, the quickest and most expedient way to get this passed is by putting that Senate bill that's already passed on the floor of the House. Chairman Turner is exactly right. It would pass without very much of a margin for error, but it would then risk Speaker Johnson's job, which is one of the reasons he's been reluctant to do that so far.
And what are the other options there, and how quickly could they happen?
Well, one option is that he could split it apart, right? He could put the Israel funding on the floor all by itself. He could put the Ukraine package on the floor all by itself and then add in some of these conditions that Republicans, including the former president, have asked for in terms of turning it into a loan or something along those lines. But every single one of those scenarios means that the bill would have to come back to the Senate. And it's become a more complicated process in the Senate. A number of Senate Democrats in particular have been raising their voices and saying that they believe any additional funding to Israel would have to include conditions that would guarantee support for the humanitarian crisis there. That might not necessarily be a part of a package that the House delivers. So if they want to get it done quickly by the end of this week, then they've got to get the Senate bill passed. Yamiche.
A situation we'll definitely keep watching. So thank you, Ryan.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.